March 2025. Iwakuni Marine Corps Air Station, Japan. 4 F-35B Lightning II stealth fighters touched down on specially reinforced tarmac designed for vertical landing operations. These aren't American aircraft, these belong to Japan Air Self-Defense Force. First of 42 F-35Bs ordered by Tokyo. Adding to 105 conventional F-35A variants already contracted. Total F-35 fleet when fully delivered 147 aircraft, making Japan's second largest F-35 operator on planet, behind only United States. But numbers tell only fraction of story. Because unlike every other F-35 operator, Japan possessing unique capability, platforms to deploy those F-35Bs from sea. Helicopter carriers Izumo and Kaga undergoing conversion into light aircraft carriers. First operational deployment scheduled 2026. When complete, Japan will operate only Asian Carrier Strike Force equipped with 5th-generation stealth fighters. No other regional power, not China, not India, not South Korea, achieved this capability. This isn't incremental modernization. This is fundamental transformation. From nation constitutionally prohibited from offensive operations to power capable of projecting force hundreds of kilometers beyond home islands. How did pacifist nation that renounced war in 1947 become world's second largest stealth fighter operator? What strategic calculations drove Tokyo to invest over $28 billion in F-35 acquisition? And why is Japan leading Asian military aviation revolution? The numbers. December 2011, Japan announces intention to acquire F-35A as next-generation fighter. First order, 42 aircraft. Initial delivery, 2017. December 2018, National Defense Program Guidelines revised. Major policy shift. New procurement target, 105 F-35A conventional takeoff variants, plus 42 F-35B short takeoff/vertical landing variants. Total acquisition, 147 F-35s. Estimated cost, $28.5 billion. Japan's largest defense procurement program since World War II. Delivery timeline. F-35A deliveries 2017-2030. F-35B deliveries 2025-2033. Compared to regional powers, South Korea, 40 F-35A ordered, Australia, 72 F-35A ordered, China, J-20 stealth fighter, 200 plus produced but not carrier compatible yet. Only United States operates more F-35s globally. Japan's 147 aircraft represents 6% of total global F-35 production. Larger than United Kingdom 138 plan, larger than Italy 90 planned. Unlike European operators using F-35s for NATO missions, Japan's fleet dedicated entirely to Indo-Pacific operations. Concentrated in single theater. Single strategic focus. Defense of home islands. Protection of sea lanes. Deterrence against regional adversaries. The F-35B variant changes everything. Conventional F-35A requires 8,000-foot runway. F-35B requires 500 feet of deck space, can operate from ships, austere airstrips, forward island positions, gives Japan flexibility no other Asian military possesses. The Carrier Revolution. JS Izumo. DD-183. Commissioned March 2015. Official designation, helicopter destroyer. Original purpose, anti-submarine warfare platform. Specifications, 814 feet long. 27,000 tons full displacement. Full-length flight deck. 29,000 square feet hangar space. Looks like aircraft carrier. Operates like aircraft carrier. But Tokyo insisted helicopter destroyer, not carrier. Because Japanese constitution prohibits offensive military capability. Political sensitivity dating to World War II. 6 fleet carriers participated in Pearl Harbor attack. After defeat, Japan forbidden from maintaining offensive forces. But Izumo's design always hinted at future potential. Full-length flight deck unnecessary for helicopters. Hangar volume excessive. Elevators sized larger than necessary. 2018, Japan announces Izumo modification program. Official purpose, multi-mission capability enhancement. Actual purpose: converting to F-35B capable light carrier. Modifications include heat-resistant flight deck coating withstanding 752 F exhaust temperatures, deck marking changes, elevator upgrades to 66,000 pounds capacity, island structure repositioned, enhanced radar installation, weapon storage reconfiguration, total cost $500 million per ship. JS Kaga, DD-184, sister ship undergoing identical modifications. Expected completion 2026. Upon completion, Japan operates 2 light carriers, each capable of deploying 12-14 F-35B fighters. Combined air wing, 24-28 F-35Bs deployable. October 2021, U.S. Marine Corps F-35B conducts first landing aboard Izumo. December 2024, Japanese pilot conducts first landing. 2026, full operational certification expected. This makes Japan only Asian nation operating fixed-wing carrier aviation. China operates 3 carriers, but Yaoning and Shandong limited to J-15 fourth-generation fighters. India relies on aging MiG-29K fighters. South Korea's carrier program cancelled. Japan succeeded through cleverly converting existing platforms. Constitutional workaround. Political compromise. Technical innovation. Strategic drivers. Why does Japan need carrier-based F-35Bs? Geography provides first answer. Japan, archipelagos stretching 9,900 miles. Home islands protected by chain of smaller islands. These forward territories critical but vulnerable. Some lack airstrips, others have runways too small for modern fighters. F-35B on light carrier provides mobile air defense. Can position off any island needing defense. Second driver, Senkaku Islands dispute. 8 uninhabited islands controlled by Japan. Claimed by China. Since 2012, Chinese Coast Guard vessels regularly intrude. Over 1,000 intrusions annually. Okinawa bases operating at maximum capacity. Carrier-based F-35Bs provide alternative. Third driver, Taiwan contingency. Taiwan 400 miles from Japanese home islands. Any Chinese military operation against Taiwan directly impacts Japanese security. U.S. forces in Japan would be involved. Carrier-based F-35Bs provide flexible response options without committing from Japanese territory. Fourth driver, North Korean threat. Pyongyang routinely fires ballistic missiles over Japan. Carrier strike groups provide persistent surveillance. Mobile radar platforms. Early warning capabilities. Fifth driver, Chinese naval expansion. People's Liberation Army Navy, now world's largest by hull count. Over 370 ships and submarines. 3 carriers operational. Increasingly assertive behavior. Carrier strike groups provide mobile power projection. Sixth driver, U.S. alliance requirements. Washington expects allies to shoulder more defense burden. Tokyo acquiring carrier capability directly supports American strategic goals. All these factors combined drove Japan's decision. Not single threat. Combination of challenges requiring flexible, mobile, stealth-capable air power. Technical capabilities. What makes F-35B operationally significant? Stealth characteristics most obvious advantage. Radar cross-section approximately 0.0001 square meters. Compared to F-15, 25 square meters. F-35B essentially invisible to conventional radar at combat ranges. Chinese air defense systems designed to engage conventional aircraft. Against F-35, detection ranges reduced 80–90%. Sensor fusion, another critical capability. F-35 has 360-degree sensor coverage. All sensors feed data to central computer. Pilot sees every aircraft, ship, ground target within 200+ nautical miles. Information shared via Link 16 data link. Weapons payload optimized for multi-role operations. Internal bays carry 2 AIM-120 missiles and 2 2,000-pound bombs. Japan acquiring JSM anti-ship missiles. Range 185+ nautical miles. Single carrier deploying 12 F-35Bs delivers 24 anti-ship missiles per strike wave. Operational range: F-35B combat radius approximately 500 nautical miles. With refueling, extends to 900 plus miles. Covers Taiwan Strait. Covers Senkaku Islands. Covers Korean Peninsula. Short takeoff/vertical landing, enables distributed operations, creates unpredictable deployment pattern. Enemy cannot target aircraft on ground because they're constantly mobile. Alliance integration. Japan's F-35 acquisition deeply integrated with US forces. Concept: Alliance Lightning Carrier. 2016, US America deploys with 14 F-35Bs. Demonstrated smaller platforms carrying all F-35B air wings extremely effective. Japan adopted concept directly. Izumo and Kaga designed to operate 10-12 F-35Bs as primary air wing. Real innovation. Interoperability with US carrier strike groups. RIMPAC 2024 exercise demonstrated concept. Izumo integrated with US Abraham Lincoln. Japanese F-35Bs received targeting data from American E-2D Hawkeye. Enabled strikes 80-plus nautical miles away while maintaining stealth. During conflict, US Marine Corps F-35Bs could operate from Japanese carriers. Japanese F-35Bs could operate from American ships. Creates distributed carrier presence across Western Pacific. Instead of concentrating on vulnerable supercarriers, US and Japan operate numerous smaller platforms. Harder to track. Harder to target. Creates operational dilemma for Chinese planners. Intelligence sharing allows real-time data transmission. Japanese F-35 detecting Chinese ship transmits data instantly to American carrier group. Creates unified battle space awareness. Training integration. Japanese pilots train at Luke Air Force Base, Arizona, same training pipeline as US pilots. Maintenance integration through shared spare parts and technical support. This level of integration unprecedented. Goes far beyond NATO-style cooperation. This is operationally fused military capability where Japanese and American forces essentially function as single integrated force. The China factor. China's military expansion primary driver behind Japan's F-35 buildup. PLA Navy operating 3 carriers, Liaoning commissioned 2012, Shandong commissioned 2019, Fujian launched 2022 with electromagnetic catapults, 4th carrier under construction, China planning 6-carrier fleet by 2035. But Chinese carrier aviation faces limitations. J-15 4th-generation fighter not stealthy. Vulnerable to F-35 sensor fusion. In simulations, F-35s defeat J-15s at kill ratios exceeding 20:1. China developing J-35 stealth fighter but years from deployment. Fujian still in sea trials. Meanwhile, Japan deploying F-35Bs operationally in 2026 gives Tokyo 5-7-year advantage. Beijing's response. Attempt neutralizing carriers with DF-21D and DF-26 anti-ship ballistic missiles. Saturation attack doctrine. Japan's light carrier approach mitigates this threat. Izumo-class smaller target than supercarrier. Operating 2 light carriers means China must target both. Combined with American carriers, creates target saturation problem. F-35B's stealth allows pre-emptive strikes against Chinese missile sites, destroying launchers on ground more effective than intercepting missiles in flight. For 2 decades, China held advantage building anti-ship missiles. Now Japan introducing mobile stealthy strike capability, complicating Chinese planning. Beijing must account for US supercarriers, US amphibious ships with F-35Bs, Japanese light carriers, Japanese land-based F-35As, and South Korean F-35As. Creates multi-axis threat requiring dispersed defenses. South Korea comparison. If Japan's successfully developing carrier capability, why hasn't South Korea? Seoul possesses world-class shipbuilding. Operates amphibious assault ships. Has F-35A fighters, yet CVX carrier program cancelled 2024. South Korea's Dokdo class, 2 ships. Displacement 19,000 tons. Length 653 feet. After Japan announced Izumo conversion, South Korea considered modification. Initial assessment: not feasible. Dokdo-class hangar space only 19,400 square feet versus Izumo's 29,000. After accounting for landing craft storage, usable hangar drops to under 13,000 square feet. Insufficient for F-35B operations. Elevators too small. Flight deck 161 feet shorter than Izumo. Conclusion: cannot be converted economically. Alternative: build new carrier. CVX program launched 2021. Displacement 40,000 tons. Air wing 1620 F-35Bs. Estimated cost: $8.9 billion for ship alone. Total cost exceeds $20 billion. South Korea's entire naval procurement budget for 3 years. Politically impossible to justify. Public opinion divided. North Korea threat focused on land forces, not naval aviation. Geographic factors different. South Korea facing North Korea across land border. Japan separated by water from all adversaries. Financial pressures intensified 2023-2024. CVX program cancelled. Resources redirected. Japan succeeded where South Korea failed because suitable platforms requiring only modification, larger defense budget, strategic environment demanded maritime capability, public more supportive given Chinese threat, and constitutional constraints actually helped make defensive carriers more politically acceptable. Limitations. Despite impressive capabilities, Japan's carrier-based F-35B force faces limitations. Sortie generation capacity first constraint. U.S. Navy supercarrier generates 150-plus sorties per day. Izumo class, 24 sorties maximum. Roughly 16% of supercarrier capability. Cannot maintain continuous combat air patrol while conducting strikes simultaneously. Ammunition capacity second constraint. Izumo class carries 200 missiles and bombs maximum. Supercarrier carries 1s and 600-plus weapons. Requires frequent resupply during combat. Fuel storage third constraint. 12 aircraft conducting 4-hour missions consume over 57,000 pounds of fuel. Izumo class carries sufficient fuel for 5-7 days sustained operations, then requires resupply. Personnel experience fourth constraint. Japan hasn't operated carriers since 1945. No institutional memory. Training cadre learning from scratch will take years developing proficiency. Survivability fifth constraint. Izumo class lacks armor protection of supercarriers. Single anti-ship missile hit could mission kill carrier. Japan addressing with advanced Aegis destroyers, but escort force limited. Weather limitations sixth constraint. F-35B vertical landing sensitive to weather. In typhoon season, carrier operations significantly limited. Constitutional constraints seventh challenge. Izumo and Kaga, still officially multi-purpose destroyers, cannot conduct offensive strikes against enemy territory. Only defensive operations allowed. Political opposition eighth challenge. Significant domestic opposition to carrier aviation. Public opinion divided. Makes future expansion politically difficult. All limitations real. But purpose isn't power projection across Pacific. Purpose is defending Japanese interests in immediate operational theater. Within that context, Izumo class with F-35Bs provides capabilities Japan never possessed. Mobile air defense, flexible strike options, distributed operations, future trajectory. Where does Japan's carrier program go from here? Option 1. Status quo. Continue operating Izumo and Kaga. Focus on maximizing effectiveness. Develop procedures. Train crews. Politically safest option, most likely near-term path. Option 2. Additional conversions. Japan operates 2 Yuga-class helicopter destroyers, smaller than Izumo. Could theoretically operate 6-8 F-35Bs, would give Japan 4 carriers total, but conversion costs high. Uncertain if pursued. Option 3. New construction light carriers. Build dedicated carriers from scratch. 35,000 40,000 tons.